Hey, 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 it is Evelyn here and welcome to my channel. Today I am showing you all of the pages that I colored in January. Are you ready? Let's go. This is an illustration by Zoe Colorful Life and she sent it to me for free. We are doing a collaboration on Instagram. And actually, she is my first collab and I am her first collab. But yeah, she sent this to me and I used Prismacolor color pencils for this illustration. I think it turned out pretty good. I like it. The only thing I don't like about this is how I did the background. At the time when I did the background, I did not know what I know now. And that is, I should have colored a little bit darker, but I was light-handed. And the reason I should have colored a little bit darker than what I did is because I went in here and I applied mineral spirits. Yeah, I know now that when you use mineral spirits, you need to have some color laid down more than what I did here. But overall, I enjoyed coloring this. I liked playing with the hair and the skin, even though I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm learning as I go. I am pleased with this and I like how it turned out. I colored two mandalas from Healing Mandalas by Nicola Lehman. This is the first one. I used Artix colored pencils. You might notice that there is a shine or a gloss of some sort on this mandala, and that is because I used a fixative on this particular mandala. The second mandala that I colored in this book is this one, and I used Stabilo Pen 68. I colored more mandalas from this book, and this is the weekly Bible verse coloring book. It has 52 mandalas. This is my week 1 mandala. I use the Color It colored pencils, and for some reason, my daughter felt it necessary to start coloring when I was almost done. You see, I stepped away from my desk to check on some food on the stove, and I came back to my picture and she was coloring. She was coloring like she knew what she was doing, and I did not stop her at all. But this is what we came up with. All right. The next one is a mandala that I colored using Artix colored pencils. This is probably one of my favorites in this book that I colored in January. The next one is one in which I used markers. I used the Staedtler watercolor brush markers for this one. I like this. I think it turned out so cute. And I colored one more in here, which I really don't like this one, but I used Sharpie markers, permanent markers for this one. That's all I colored in the weekly Bible verse. I colored a few pages from Color It Greetings from Route 66 or Route 66, whichever you prefer. I prefer to say Route 66. The first page I have is this one. This is the This Book Belongs To page, and I know this looks cray-cray, and it looks messy, and it doesn't look good. I already know, okay? This is not the part I like. I don't like this, but I love this part here. Let me zoom in so you can get a better look at why I love this so much. Now, you see the water over here. You see I went in and I put water here through the fence and just little colors of blues and looks like little pinks and just things to kind of make it pop or colors to make it pop. I love, love, love this illustration here. I think it turned out so nicely. Well, this part here, I used the Color It colored pencils here. The next page I completed in this coloring book is the map. Check it out. I am proud of this page, even though I had some hiccups over here. And the reason I had a hiccup is because these Color It color pencils are not centered. They are off centered. So I started out with the blue and it started giving me issues, and I tried to erase it, and yeah, I was having some issues. So that's when I decided to go ahead and change the color up to a lavender. But I had the same issue over here. The pencil started messing up on me, and I had to switch over to another color. Then I went into a lighter blue here. But overall, I enjoyed coloring this page with the Color It colored pencils. I think it turned out very well. I also used some Jelly Roll gel pens. I used the glazed Jelly Roll pen in the color of black to do the letters. And I also used metallic gold, I think here, to outline the stars. And I used a blue Jelly Roll metallic pen on these stars here. And also the blue in the middle of the stars that are outlined with the gold. But yeah, this was so much fun to color because it's taking you on the Route 66 and showing you what sites are there in each state, which I learned something new because honestly, I didn't even know this stuff. The next page that I completed in this book is the Lou Mitchell's Diner. I used Cali Art alcohol markers and .88 fine liners from Stabilo. And this is how it looks. Check it out. Now, I have to say that I enjoyed coloring this page more than I enjoyed coloring the one that I used colored pencils with. This paper is much better for markers, I believe. Alcohol markers, even watercolor, I think. I can get away with that. I'm going to be trying it out anyway. Watercolor color pencils in these books coming up pretty soon. So I had fun coloring this. At first, I didn't know where to start, what to do. I just went with it. And I think it turned out pretty nicely. The last page that I have in this book is the Gemini Giant page. I used my Artist Loft alcohol markers, and this is how it looks. I don't really like how this turned out because I think my markers weren't the best for this paper. My Artist Loft alcohol markers have I guess a brush tip, whereas my Cali Arts alcohol markers tip is a bullet tip. And I had an issue with trying to use them for this illustration. But overall, I think it turned out okay. And that is it for this book. I am excited to say that I finished 2 pages in the mythographic aviary. You see, I used to avoid these books, but now I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll. Now, my pages might not look all that great, but I'm proud of myself for even attempting it. This is the first page that I colored, and I used the Black Widow colored pencils, and I sealed this in with a fixative. If I had to do this all over again, I would not make the background so dark. But I was thinking, oh, they're sleeping, it's nighttime, so I want to make the sky a little dark, if that is a sky. I really didn't know what to color a lot of this stuff. I knew this part here that they are lying in is the nest, but the other portions, yeah, I was having a little bit of a challenge, but I got it done. I got it done. And I enjoyed every minute of it. So much fun. Oh, let me come a little closer so you can see my little girl sleeping on the bird. I love this book. I want to color every single page in this book. Moving on to the next page, and I use the Caran d'Ache Pablo color pencils. Now, my little girl here is too dark because you can't really see her. She's like drowned out, but you know, she's there. I colored this and I enjoyed coloring this as well. Now my background is a little bit different because I was trying to do something different here. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out, but you know, I think it turned out nicely. I kind of stumbled up on something here. This is it. The only 2 pages I colored in aviary. I completed 1 page in Coloring with Cocoa, Volume 5, and this is it. I used the Faber-Castell Polychromos, some Faber-Castell pastel chalk for the background, and that is it. With the exception of fixing this illustration, it gives it a gloss. And you can kind of tell that it looks kind of wet, but it's not wet. That's shine. That's all that is. Now, I learned something about the Faber-Castell white pencils. I think most of you already know this, but Faber-Castell white colored pencil is not good. And I discovered that while accentuating the afro puff here and the hair around the hairline, I was pressing so hard to get that white to show up. You just don't know. Next time, I am using a Prismacolor white pencil. That's something that I discovered while coloring this page. Also, I went a little thick with the shadow. I don't like that, but hey, I know what I need to do in the future. I worked on skin and I think I did fairly well. I was following a tutorial on how to do the skin with the polychromos and it turned out very nice. The skin is soft. It's not blotchy. It might look like it's blotchy on camera, but it's not blotchy when I look down. It's just a smooth texture looking. And the reason it might look blotchy is because of the lighting and the glare popping off of the fixative and all that. So it's a lot going on in this page here. I created this purse here with my colored pencils. I just said, I'm going to give this a different color. It really is a whole solid color, but I colored in the stripes here to match. I always love coloring sunflowers. Sunflowers are my favorite. And that is it. I colored 2 little pages in Tales from the Witch's Cottage. This is the title page, and I used Caran d'Ache Pablo colored pencils for this one. Check it out. I'm getting better with my coloring. The more you color, the better you get. At least that's what I've been told. The next page is the This Book Belongs To page, and I colored this page with Caran d'Ache Pablo colored pencils as well. That is all I colored in Tales from the Witch's Cottage. I colored 1 page in Enchanted Earth, and here it is. I used the Faber-Castell Albert Dürer color pencils. I think they're watercolor pencils, but I did not activate the pencils on this particular page. Check it out. I did fix it with a fixative, so it has a little bit of a gloss, as you can probably detect and see. I enjoyed coloring this page, although it took a lot of time. I got it done, and I am so pleased with how it all came together. That is it for Enchanted Earth. I colored 1 page in Symphony of Cute Animals, and here it is. For this page, I used the Black Edition color pencils from Faber-Castell. I think it turned out very cute. The only thing I think I should have done a background, but I chose not to, I guess. That is all I colored in Symphony of Cute Animals. I completed 1 page and attempted another in the Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. This page I attempted to complete, but I got tired. This page exhausted me for some reason. I got here and I stopped. I used the Staedtler 146 colored pencils, which are the Design Journey pencils. And I also started using markers as well as fine liners in some of the smaller areas of the illustration. This page, however, I did complete and I am proud of it because I used a medium that I've never used before, and that is watercolor pencils. I used the Luna watercolor pencils to do the background. So you see that purple or lavender color here? That is watercolor pencils. And I also colored the rest of the page using the Staedtler 146 colored pencils. And that is it. Take a look. I had fun doing this because I was using watercolor and I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I did the best that I could. And I think it turned out fairly nicely for the first time using watercolor pencils. I finally finished the intro pages in Enchanted Forest. Check it out. Here I used fine liners and I also used markers from, I believe, Staedtler and also Stabilo here. And I also completed this book belongs to page. And for this, I used the Staedtler 146 colored pencils. And that is all I colored in Enchanted Forest. I colored a few pages in Moonlight Mischief. The first page is the This Book Belongs To page, and I used the Staedtler Norris colored pencils, and I am pleased with the results. Take a look. The next page, however, I'm not too pleased with the results, but I am showing it to you anyway. This page is the Dragon in the Mist, and I used the Staedtler 146 or the Design Journey colored pencils for this illustration. I'm glad I get an opportunity to color this again because there is another illustration in this book that's blank that I can color. I have a second chance to get it right. The next page here, I love this page. This is the Busted page, and I used Sioux color and the glaze Jelly Roll pen. I used the pen for the lettering on grocery, and the rest of the illustration I used the Sioux color. I think this is a cute illustration. I really like it, and I tried to do the best I could. And I'm pleased with the result. That is all I colored in Moonlight Mischief. I colored one page in Serendipity, and I adore this book. I can color every page in here. I'm looking forward to doing it. However, I just did one page this time. And I colored the Winter Joy page. I used the Asian colored pencils, and the name of those pencils, I will put them on the screen right over here. But yeah, I used those pencils to color this illustration, and I think it turned out so lovely. I love it. It's just so cute. Now, one thing that I wish I would have done is do a background. But now that I am learning to do backgrounds, I will do more of them in the future. That is all I colored in January. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. And until next time, keep coloring. Bye.